Hi friend, welcome to my channel. My name is Christina, and in today's video, I am going to be decorating my home for Christmas, bringing you along for the process, showing you some of the things that I'm doing to make my house cozy and welcoming this holiday season. I'm also going to be including some fun Christmas DIYs that you can try out yourself, so let's jump into it. The first thing I'm going to do is decorate my mantle, and I have a really fun DIY coming up because I need to replace this big artwork. Before I get to the DIY, I'm going to decorate the mantle. This is my floral Real Touch Norfolk Pine. This is super viral for good reason. It's a really good quality. I am so happy that I invested in it last year, and I'm glad to be pulling it out again. Right here, I'm doing my little hack that I love to do to hang my garland on my mantle is using these command hooks that are actually for cord bundlers, but they work perfect for hanging and swagging your garland off your mantle. I also use command hooks to hang my bells up as well. Command hooks are so awesome to use because they're going to hold a lot of weight, but when you remove them, they're not going to create any damage to your mantle. I got these antique looking bells off of Amazon last year, and they're available again this year. They're such a good deal, and I love the way they look in the corner of this garland. And then to top this off, I'm going to cut off a piece of this velvet ribbon that I got off of Amazon as well, tie it in a big bow, and swag it over the corner. And since I don't have a plug on top of my mantle, I like to use some of these fairy lights that are battery operated and swag them in and out of the garland. Of course, I'm adding our stockings that we got from Target a few years ago, and then I like to add these brass candlesticks that I got off of Amazon. I will link what I can down in the description box, and if anything's not available anymore, I'll try to find something similar for you guys. Now it's time to DIY some art for over my mantle. I was lucky enough that I found a huge canvas at the thrift store, so now I'm not gonna have to buy one or build one on my own. Y'all, this is $20. I can't believe I'm paying $20 for this, but by the time I buy the wood and build it and everything, and this is already gonna have like a hanger on the back of it, it's worth buying it. Is this overpriced? Yes, it is, but this is just the way things are these days. I saw a bunch of DIYers try this last year, so I had to try out this hack for myself. I'm going to be putting a shower curtain on here, a Christmas shower curtain to make custom art. I got two different Christmas themed shower curtains off of Amazon for $16, so I'm just trying to figure out which one I'm gonna like better, but I did notice I can still see the elephant through the white parts of the shower curtain, so I'm gonna have to prime this before I adhere my shower curtain. I'm a furniture painter, so I had tons of extra paint in my garage, so I just put down a drop cloth here and just grabbed a random white primer. It wasn't really important the properties it had, I just needed to cover up this elephant. So I poured it right on and just used a roller that I had. I probably should have been a little bit more lenient with how much paint I poured on here. I poured on way too much paint, and I was like, great, this is gonna take forever to dry. So after I got all the paint rolled out, I grabbed my Wagner heat gun to speed the drying process along. Now that my canvas is dry, I'm going to steam out my shower curtain before I adhere it on here. It has lots of creases from being folded up, so you can use a steamer or a cool iron would get those out. As you can see, I decided to go with the second option that I have. This one is just a little bit more subdued, more my style, just some evergreen trees. So I'm just lining it up on the canvas to see where I want these to adhere, and I decided I wanted to make this be horizontal instead of vertical like I originally anticipated I was going to do. This is a huge canvas. It is 52 inches by 40 inches, so it's going to fill up that space over my mantle really well. The shower curtain is 70 inches by 70 inches, so there was a lot of excess. So once I got it in place where I wanted it, I'm just trimming that off so it's going to be easier to work with. Once I was done doing that, I grabbed my staple gun. Mine is battery operated, but you could just use a regular stapler. You could use a staple gun, and I'm just adhering it to the frame. When you get to the corners, you just want to make them nice and neat and wrap it like a little present, and then staple those corners. And then I'm just going to repeat that process all the way around the frame. This is a really forgiving process. You want to hold it tight, but you don't have to stretch it as tight as you would a regular canvas. I'm so excited to get this up on the wall. I've been searching for Christmas art for my mantle since we have moved into this house 6 years ago, but I could never, put the money aside to spend $200 on a piece of art that's only going to be up for a month. So this is a perfect solution. I was really lucky that I was able to thrift this frame and not have to buy it brand new or make my own. I was able to do this custom artwork for under $40. And I think it would be really easy to take this off and switch it out for different seasons. I really love how it brings the whole mantle together. Next up, I want to decorate this new arched mirror that I got during the fall Home Depot sale. So I'm going to start with a clear command hook this time since it's going to go on the mirror and I want it to be camouflaged a little bit. And I also just put a regular hook on the back since you're not going to see that one. For this one, I'm going to be using a more bargain-friendly garland that I got off of Amazon. This is still like that Real Touch feel, but it's not as expensive or designer as the Aflora one, but I still really love the way that it looks. I'm just draping this over the arch by using those two hooks. And to top this off, I'm going to use more velvet ribbon. This one is thicker. It's 1.5 inches and it's in this dark chocolate brown. I'm going to tie a big bow and then put a hook on that and hang that on my garland. I love this velvet ribbon for Christmas and it's really affordable and available on Amazon. And now it's time for the star of the show. I'm going to put up my Christmas tree. I got this from Costco 2 years ago. This is the 9-foot pre-lit tree with the micro LED lights. I love this thing. I got it for $100 off during Black Friday, so I paid $600 for it. Yes, that is a huge investment. I know not everybody is going to spend that much money on a Christmas tree, but this is the first really nice Christmas tree I bought. I paid my dues. I had an $80 one for I think the first 10 years of our marriage. Christmas makes me so happy, and I wasn't, too upset to invest in this tree because it is so gorgeous. And with Costco, they have a great return policy, so if anything goes wrong with it, I think I'm going to be okay. My favorite feature of this tree is that it has 2,700 LED lights, so it is really lit up. It's very realistic looking. It has these realistic branches on the outside, and then the inside is made fuller by, those regular kind of plastic needles that you're used to seeing. And it has that easy to connect technology, so it just connects into each other. You don't have to, attach any plugs to each other. It all lights up through the stand. And this also comes with a remote control, so it has a dimmer. You can do different levels on the lights. It also can change to have them be multicolored lights, so it has 5 different functions, which is fun. This is already sold out online, it looks like, but they might have some in store, so just check if you're interested in it. And I just reviewed a bunch of Christmas trees from Lowe's. I have a whole video on that, so if you're not a Costco member, you can go check out the options over there too. So now that the tree is up, I'm ready to decorate, and my tree is a very neutral scheme, and I'm going to show you all the stuff that I've been collecting over the years. Again, I'll try to link some similar stuff for you guys, but I have been collecting over the years, and yes, I do reuse. I don't put new things on my tree every year, but I switched to this neutral decor about 3 years ago, and I just really love it, and it matches the decor of my home. It makes me very happy. My kids do their own trees up in their room, so I let them do whatever they want and kind of go crazy with it. But my tree, I like to have, very subdued and all matchy-matchy. I'd love to hear down in the comments how you decorate your Christmas tree. Does it have a bunch of color to it? Do you maybe stick with more reds? Do you do blues, greens, or do you have a lot of traditional ornaments that you've collected over the years that hold lots of memories? I'd love to hear how your tree looks. While everything is really neutral, it has a bunch of different textures to it, which bring a lot of interest to it. One thing I'm going to add to my tree this year is that velvet ribbon. This was all sold out last year, and because I was able to get my hands on some of this year, I'm going all out, and I'm going to make little bows and put these all over the tree. I'm going to be using these bows on some wreaths later, so I'll show you exactly how to tie them later in the video. Next up, I'm going to decorate my counter stools with some wreaths. So I'm starting off with that clear command hook like I used on the mirror, and then I'm adding this small wreath that measures about 4.5 inches. And I'm going to use those same khaki bows that I used on the Christmas tree, so let me show you how I tie these. Start off by folding your ribbon in half and make one section about 2/3 the size of the other one. Then you're going to make a loop and then wrap the ribbon all the way around, making sure that you keep the velvet side up. Then you're going to make a second loop and feed that through the section that you just wrapped around. Once you pull that through, you should have a nice bow. Just turn and tuck your section so that all the velvet sides are showing, and you can pull these bottom sections until you get the loops the size you want. I added some ornament hooks on the back of the bows, and then I'm going to attach them to the wreath. Last up on my decorating list, I'm going to switch out some of my greenery around the house to make it more wintry. I got these stems last year at Target and tried them out in this vase, but I just wasn't feeling this look here, and I had some other ones, so I pulled these out and tried these cedar ones that I have. I think that fits so much better. It's so easy just to switch out your stems and not have to completely redecorate. And I'm switching out my candle for a holiday scent. This is red apple and cedar. It's going to smell like an apple pie and a Christmas tree all in one. And then I'm putting out this little wood Christmas tree that I got from Target a few years back. And then this vase in the dining room, I think is going to fit much better for those big Norfolk pine stems. And then I'm going to switch out this little succulent I have on the coffee table for a little mini cedar tree. And that's it. I'm done decorating my living room for Christmas. What do you guys think? What was your favorite item? What do you want to try out and do yourself? Thank you for joining me for today's Christmas decorating tour. I hope you found it fun. I hope you got some inspiration and some ideas that you want to try out in your home this Christmas season. I'll be back with another video soon. Thanks for being here, you guys, and I'll see you in my next one.